Hi, Dr. Shane Armstrong here to talk to you about advising and registering for classes. The way we are going to do academic advising and registration for classes is remotely during this time. And what that means is that your admissions counselor will send you a text letting you know, hey, one of the academic advisors is ready to work with you. That means that the academic advisor will send you an email to get the process started. Now, who are academic advisors? Well, I'm one, but there are 12 other people who teach the freshman seminar class that you're all going to be taking, and those people serve as academic advisors for freshmen. There are about another 25 academic advisors who don't teach the freshman seminar, but they are academic advisors in their discipline, and we'll talk about them a bit later. So, you get the text that says, we're ready to advise you. And what that means is that an academic advisor has looked at your application to the college to see, is there a major you're interested in? If you are, we'll go down that road. If you're undecided, which is totally fine, we'll go down that road. They look at your college application to see, are you going to be playing a sport? And they look at it to see the types of things you may have been involved with in high school. They look at it to find out, are you going to live with us on campus or are you going to commute? All of those things are important to them before they have any contact with you because they want a little background information. Then they're going to look at your high school transcript, they're going to look at your standardized test scores, and they're going to look to see if you have any dual enrollment or credit from other colleges or universities. All of that goes into the beginning of the advising process. So the advisor will send you an email. Yes, an email. That is the way that this will be coming, so we really do need you to check those every day. They'll send you an email introducing themselves and asking a few questions. Those questions will be things like, if you're a commuter, what kind of commute do you have? Personally, I commute 45 minutes every day, so 8 o'clock meetings might be a little hard for me. They're going to want to know that. They're going to want to know if you play a sport, when your coach perhaps has already told you they're going to be practicing. They also want to know if you're more of a morning or an afternoon person. And I wish I could tell you that you will be able to get away with not taking 8 or even 9 o'clock classes during your time at Wesleyan, but it's just not true. We have a limited amount of classrooms and a limited amount of time during the day. And so most students, in fact, will take 8 or 9 a.m. classes. So you just need to be prepared for that. When the academic advisor reaches out to you, what you'll need to do to be prepared for that is I hope you will have spent some time looking at our academic bulletin online. How do you find that? Go to our website, go to I Am Prospective Student, and when you look under all of the different items that you can access, you will see academic bulletin. I believe it's at the very top. Academic bulletins are published by the registrar every year, and they are the official rules and regulations of the college, and they also provide a description of every major, every possible major, and a list of every class that we offered with a very detailed description of what that class will entail. I'd like you to take some time before you're advised to look at that. So please go online and do so. If you've selected on your admission application that there's a major you're interested in, go ahead and look at that. Sometimes students will tell me, I'm really interested in this major, and then when I mention a couple of classes that are core that they'll have to take, they'll say, no, I'm not interested in that subject at all. So I'd like you to just take a look at that, spend a few minutes with it. If you have questions, you will find in each of the majors that we list, here are the core classes. It'll give the description, not the description, I'm sorry, it'll give the name of the course and the identifying classification. So for example, writing workshop, which is our freshman composition class, is capital E, capital N, capital G, 100. Okay. And so if you're wondering, well, what does that really mean? What will the class entail? You can look at the back of the academic bulletin, and it lists all classes in alphabetical order, and you can read a description about those classes, how many units they're worth, if they're offered at specific times. So I'd like you to do that. That's your part of being prepared for advising. The other part is responding promptly. So the academic advisor will send you an email, may ask a few questions, excuse me, and you will respond back to those promptly, hopefully that day or within 24 hours. At that point, the advisor will mock up a schedule for you and they will send it to you. Now, you're thinking to yourself, how could they possibly mock up a schedule for me? We haven't really even met in person yet, and we've just emailed maybe some questions to get to know me. They're going to be working from the general education requirements. General education are the first 42 units that students take here at the college. And these are foundational classes. They're 100 level classes, and they're classes that you need to take to be able to move on to classes within your discipline. So in general education, everybody takes some English, everybody takes computer literacy, everybody takes a history class, a religion class, some science classes, a math class, and social sciences, humanities. So your academic advisor will look through those and see, based on you're telling them what you're interested in, what might be good choices for you. Now, the last thing I need to ask for you is to have an open mind. College is really a time of exploration. So even if you've had an experience, you watched a YouTube video, you watched a TED Talk, you went to a lecture in the community and it was about a certain topic, and maybe you didn't love it, but taking a class in that discipline that explores other things really might be of interest to you. So I ask you to have an open mind as your advisor reaches out to you with a potential schedule. Once your advisor has done that, again, I need you to promptly respond and let them know, yes, this works for me, and no, it doesn't. If it works for you, the advisor will send it on to the registrar and they will register you for classes. At that point, you can go on the student portal and see what your schedule is like. Now, what happens if later, before you actually come to campus, you decide, I've rethought my major? No problem. Happens all the time. And your advisor will be the person who will help you if you need to make any changes. So that's academic advising in a nutshell. We make it really easy for students. And your part, again, go to the bulletin and do a little research, promptly respond to emails, and have an open mind. There might be things you haven't considered that could end up being subjects you really enjoy. Thanks so much.